Welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live music channel. I'm James Welch, and we're all here today, all of our hosts, Anna Auspinskaya and Chris Au.
Great to see everyone here.
Great to have you.
Chris, James, thank you.
Really
and I hope everyone is having a great day. The weather is beautiful in Washington, D.C. area where I am. And I just want to say
snow.
that, you have snow. Wow.
Yes.
Chris, you're in Canada. You must have snow too.
Not in Toronto, actually. Yeah, in other parts of Canada, there is plenty of snow, but not here. So we're still waiting. But it's
Yeah,
a beautiful day
the
here.
Great Lakes work in a weird way. It's the wind comes from Canada over the lakes to Buffalo.
But snow or warm weather, sunshine, rain, we are here connecting musicians and audiences in real-time performances and music news from around the entire globe.
Hello and welcome to Virtual Concert Halls. We have a really incredible show for you today. Thanks to the amazing work of progressive musicians and Sound Espressivo, we had our first Carnegie Hall Gala event of the season of 2024 on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. So a little over 2 weeks ago, we all got together. I got to meet James and Anna for the very first time, and we interviewed some amazing performers and people. And this is a very special day because we are revealing the winner of the James Adler Audience Favorite Award from that Carnegie Hall Laureate Gala event. So it's very exciting for us and for everybody.
Let me introduce real quick who James Adler is. James is an incredible pianist. He's an alumni of Curtis Institute. He studied with the biggest names in piano and composition. He's also a composer with a lot of prominent pieces out there and being performed by soloists and ensembles all over the world. He's a recent nominee for the Grammy Awards. One of his compositions was nominated. And he's all around an incredible musician in person and supporter of other musicians, composers, and pianists as well. Please check his bio, check his compositions, and get to meet James Adler and also the Adler Oaks Library, who are co-sponsoring these awards. This is the James Adler Audience Favorite Award, and this organization and the foundation also sponsoring JNS Silver Awards, which are all offered and awarded throughout our season.
You know, I have to add, this is so generous of James in the Adler Oaks Library. Just having the pleasure to meet James a year ago, and he at all of our events, and just talking with him. He's such a nice guy, and it's always a treat getting to talk to him, and just getting to hear all of his wonderful insights. And I had such a good time. We all had such a great time, hanging out with him in New York a few weeks ago. We have a quick video of James talking about the award in his interview with Steve Robinson. And
Wonderful.
Right now we'd like to show that, so enjoy.
Now, tell us a bit about your actual role at the gala. You are presenting an award that is named after you. It's the James Adler Audience Favorite Award. How is that working? How does that work?
It's working that a couple of years ago I told Anna I want to be more involved with the organization beyond, I shouldn't say just being a judge. I had a lot of fun, and unlike some of my young teachers in my youth, Steve, I'm very gentle and very kind. So I think that made a difference, and Anna and some of the others on the board and Chris recognized that my way is to nurture, to get more results rather than hammer away at them. So I said, let me do something. And last year I gave an award, a donation, and Anna and the board, I wasn't on the board at that point, the advisory, came up with the idea. They said, it should be the James Adler Audience Favorite Award. I said, there you have it. then she invited me to come to the stage of Carnegie Recital Hall at Well Hall and present it back in November. So I promised her, because she said they were going to be doing 2 laureates concerts. And I said, in that case, it'll be 2 awards. So it's done online. But my role there is to be on stage and hand her the check and to be a cheerleader. So it's a $250 award that I gave in the fall. I'm doing the same thing now from the Adler Oaks Music Library, my company. It's a total pleasure to be able to do this. And what we are seeking is we want the audience point of view, their participation. And I tell them it is their contest, and we welcome their views. And I don't say vote early and often, even though, Steve, we both know from Chicago days, vote early and often was the mantra in Chicago.
That's right.
Under both mayors Daley. But to vote, to sit back, enjoy, and vote.
Well, that's wonderful. And we thank you for taking the time to speak with us. This is James Adler. And during the gala, at the end of the gala, he will be presenting the James Adler Audience Favorite Award. And again, James, we're very much looking forward to Tuesday. And I want to thank you for taking the time to come in and speak with us.
Thank you so much, Steve. Appreciate it.
So
Just
I want to
amazing.
underscore that the James Adler Audience Favorite Award was created collaboratively. There was a lot of ideas and everything floating around, but we honed on the primary idea of it, which is to give the audience an opportunity to voice and to be heard their own opinion. So the audience members don't have to be professional musicians. They are not judges. They are only judges of their own relationship with the musician and with the music which is being presented. So we're seeking people to shed their whatever they might have, being uncomfortable judging professional musicians. Well, I'm not a professional musician. You are our audience, and at the end of the day, that's what matters most for musicians: to have the audience, to have the relationship with the audience, to have people who follow our art, who criticize us from the audience perspective, and who give us your energy, your preference, and your vote. So everyone who has ever been to the concert hall or watched or listened to musicians' performances is qualified to vote.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it in some ways it reminds me of like those old shows from like the 80s. Well, even like 10 years ago, you know, it's like call in now to vote for your favorite, you know, or something like the old Star Search shows, but like also like So You Think You Could Dance and American Idol and all that did
Right.
that, and I mean we're doing it online, you know, but I think they do now too. It's it's similar. But
No, it's a great initiative so that people can feel like they can be involved in the organization and in the concert and not just be a passive listener as an audience, but also be an active way to contribute and potentially give a very lucky winner of this favorite audience favorite award some cash to take home.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just a fun process too. So if our viewers out there today might be wondering, how can you be selected for this award? Well, it starts with you applying to our Laureate Gala, and that we actually have open applications for the next set of galas now, and you can apply on our websites, progressivemusicians.com, soundespressivo.com, and I believe the deadline is January 15th. So that is coming up. That's about 5 weeks away, and we have a great time doing auditions live here online, and we have judges. You get to speak with them. You get to improve your own performance and get evaluations from experts, and all of those shows are broadcast live, and we have a great time there as well. So don't miss out on that. But it starts there. Apply, and then you're
Yeah,
selected
in the
for the
process,
gala. Yep.
everyone gets an opportunity also to experience the virtual stage. And some people are very experienced at that already. They've been streaming their concerts and performances and various master classes since the pandemic, but not everyone. And some people are still intimidated by the prospect of performing in front of the audience, which is not being seen in the physical venue, but is behind the camera. Still intimidated by the tech might be, giving in and betraying your performance. So, but the virtual stage is here to stay. Let's just face it.
It is.
We either ignore it and then ignore the opportunities which it brings to us, or we try it out, test it out, and at least decide whether or not it's something we want to pursue. And all the benefits which come with pursuing such a way of performing may then become open to us. So it's a very good way to test the virtual stage to anyone who hasn't done that so, while being welcomed by very experienced hands of people who had done it for many years by now. And that is the Virtual Concert Halls team. With the Virtual Concert Halls team, you're in the competent hands of professional musicians who know exactly what you need for stage. And what you need is peace of mind and being completely confident that your sound and picture are going to be transmitted truthfully to represent your art. And you will also be walked through all the steps and preparation. You'll take that knowledge back with you and you can apply it to your own performances. This can be done by anyone. And of course, you will meet the judges. You will be able to hear their unfiltered, immediate feedback right there, right after your performance. And then if you're selected, you will come to New York. You'll meet everyone. You'll be able to network, enjoy the city, enjoy the stage, of course, and many more. So I'd like to encourage everyone to see the descriptions and take a few moments. This is a big project which involves a lot of people and a lot of things go on during the events of this project. So I would like to encourage you to be patient and take more than 30 seconds. This is not a soundbite project. So it requires a little bit longer than a 30-second attention for you to understand what it does and how it works.
Yeah, indeed. We have a quick video that explains our entire season. Hard to believe we just finished one event from the season, but we still have a whole season ahead of us, and you'll
That's
get to
right.
see that overview in this quick video that we're going to show you right now. Enjoy. So, there you have it. And the next Carnegie deadline, just a little more than a month away. And we look forward to hearing all of your auditions. So, visit those websites, hit that apply button, and we'll get to hear you. All right. So, I think we're at that moment where we should probably really announce the winner of this award. I'm excited, and we're all excited here. So what do you say we do that now? We have James Adler here to make that announcement.
Excellent.
Hello, I'm James Adler, Yamaha concert artist and president of the Adler Oaks Music Library, sponsor of the James Adler Audience Favorite Award and the JNS Silver Awards. On behalf of Virtual Concert Halls, progressive musicians, our advisory boards and members, I want to thank all those who participated and voted. The total number of fully eligible votes worldwide has been tabulated, and it's impressive. Yay. We're glad to have had your collective voices heard. The winner of the James Adler Audience Favorite Award is, drum roll please, Antienne Jiang. She is a 16-year-old pianist from Ontario, Canada. She is a remarkable musician and scientist. Antienne won a bronze medal representing Canada at the 34th International Biology Olympiad. She was featured in the 30 Under 30 Canadian Classical Musicians by the CBC. Antienne set a record by earning the licentiate diploma, that's an LRCM, with distinction from the Royal Conservatory of Music at the age of 10. She has performed in prestigious venues, including Carnegie Hall and Steinway Hall in New York City. She has also received a full scholarship to the Morningside Music Bridge program at the New England Conservatory of Music in Boston. Congratulations to our winner and to all the contestants. I thank you all for participating and voting. Your vote does count. Please have a happy, safe, and wonderful holiday season. Until the next time, bye.
Wow, wonderful! Congratulations, Antje. Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, I heard her and at Carnegie, and she played La Campanella, and it was a fantastic performance. And it doesn't seem to me that she was actually very nervous. I think Anna, you and I saw her at the backstage, and it was hilarious to see her just kind of with her coat on and not even fazed by this, and hardly even speaking to anybody, but also just very calm. I think she definitely didn't have the nerves that I had probably performing in a place like this. So congratulations, Antienne. It's awesome that you are so young and yet you're performing all over the world, and you're not just a musician but a wonderful and very curious about the rest of the world in biology and sciences and doing all these wonderful things. So all the best to you in your career, and yeah.
Yeah, Antiane really did exude incredible calmness and focus, and that's something I learned because she really carried the preparation through all this, lot of commotion and people meeting and talking in the green room. She just kept her place and her focus, and then she walked on stage and just burst into this gorgeous performance of the La Campanella. Unforgettable.
It was glorious.
Yeah, I think she had her family was there. I saw some of them. It was really nice, and I think it was. Yeah, I mean, I wish I got to know her a bit more, but it was kind of, and maybe I wish I could have interviewed her. I know she's going to have a wonderful interview from Steve Robinson, which will later show and spotlight her, and this will be really incredible. But for now, I think we have a little clip of her audition video playing the La Campanella, the same piece she played in Carnegie Hall, and so let's have a listen to that. Wow, that was quite a performance.
It was wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, so we're lucky that, we have these live auditions online, and we're able to just replay some of this glorious footage as we go. And, so many things go into the live auditions themselves. I mean, you can see right there, she staged the entire atmosphere with the backdrop and all that. And then, to have a few spotlights right there in your face and the camera and the mic. And, it's so much pressure to do that even live. I mean, even though if you're in the comfort of your own home, it's just, amazing, how, a live performance like that can come off. And it was just beautiful playing. And congratulations again.
I think it's important for everybody to realize also that now, of course, we're just playing a recording of what she did for her audition, but it's also very important to realize that when we do auditions, they are live. So we have a tech crew who sets up the whole scene. There's a green room where they can stay and kind of warm up, and then we transfer them through a link into the actual stage, and we announce them as hosts. Everything is live, and I think that adds a really interesting dimension for not just the audience, but for the performer. Yes, you're at home. Yes, you're not on a big hall or a stage, but you still get to be able to perform live, and there's judges listening who give feedback right away after. So it's really quite an interesting way that we're devising for people to audition live. And I think as people understand this concept and upgrade their equipment, I mean, when I first started, I wasn't using this camera, and all these microphones and everything together. And I think remember Anna was like saying,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah,
I even remember you were preparing in the backstage for your performance, and we were chatting on the back channel. Chris is such a fabulous pianist, but those boxes under his piano really obstruct the impression.
Yeah.
And everybody on the team were saying, Anna, you should tell him. And I was like, he's about to go to perform. And then I came in and I said, Chris, can you move those boxes, please? And your response was fabulous. You went like, oh, boxes? Yes, of course I can move them. And that's when we knew immediately you are the artist who can be on physical stage and on virtual stage and on many different other stages and make them yours.
Thank you. Well, I think it's sort of very close to when TV was first introduced, perhaps, and there were concerts that were broadcasted live on TV, and there must have been people who said, oh, the sound isn't quite as good, or we couldn't really hear the horns or the trumpets, or this was too loud. But then as you keep doing it, I can imagine how it can reach a much broader audience. And so I think this is something we're sticking with. And I'm really glad and proud to be part of the journey from 2020 until now. And we're developing so many different projects. You and James are doing so many incredible things. And James, I would love for you to talk a little bit about the choral orchestra things and the auditions that are coming up. Tell us about that.
Sure. Yeah, thanks. So we have Chol Orchestra, which means with orchestra. and that is an opportunity for artists to audition to play on a concerto program, be featured as a concerto soloist with a professional orchestra around the world. And we have 4 orchestras this year. Last year we had one with the Western New York Chamber Orchestra. It was an all concerto concert, and we had 6 artists from all over the world. It was glorious, and it was just a fun time, and the response was great, and we thought we got to keep doing this, and we need more orchestras. Well, we're doing it again, and we have more orchestras this time. We have
Bravo.
the Western New York Chamber Orchestra again, and then we have the Cairo Opera Orchestra, which is doing something very unique. They are doing a full, inclusive, collaborative event where they want artists to audition to play in collaborative concerto features like duos and trios, like the Beethoven triple, the Vivaldi double, and so many other ones. And if selected for this opportunity, you play one part of that, and one of their musicians plays the other part of the feature. You get to collaborate with them and rehearse, and then you go to the orchestra and put it all together, and it's just going to be a full around glorious collaboration, and we're so excited about that. We have what other orchestras do we have here? Why is my mind going blank?
Martinu
Yeah,
Philharmonic.
yes, in Czechia, and that's going to be wonderful. And we also have a Boulder Symphony in Boulder, Colorado, and that'll be just as glorious. I mean, we have master conductors for all of these orchestras, and
And I would like to
it's just
encourage everyone
overwhelming.
to read and to
Yes.
especially check the requirements and requests from the orchestras for the repertoire. This collaboration with the orchestras is not where we dictate what the orchestras do. This is very much on par. The orchestras which are interested in this collaboration, and we have more coming in for the following seasons, they bring their own vision of what this concert is going to be. And therefore, just like James just described, the Cairo Opera Orchestra has their own idea of this international collaboration on stage, which is quite unique, where you have soloists not just working and preparing the triple concerto in their own practice room and then going to perform as a group with the orchestra. They're inviting international soloists to come to Cairo and to rehearse those solo parts there before going on stage, and to collaborate internationally right there on stage. That's unique, and as far as I know, the only one project like this currently available. The other orchestras also come with their own ideas, like I said. And for instance, the Boulder Symphony Orchestra is not inviting pianists, which is kind of unusual. They're inviting
Crazy.
instrumentalists.
Insane.
Darn, I can't apply.
There's 3 pianists over here, and we are
Yeah.
really, really wondering.
We're upset.
No.
We're gonna riot. We're gonna riot at
We're
the
gonna
door
riot.
of Boulder Symphony. Yeah.
That's right. However, they do invite and accept newly composed music from living composers. Which is, I mean, I
need
love
that.
piano, but I can't say anything against that. It's a worthy replacement.
It is.
Absolutely. No.
Let's
We'll
remember
concede.
forever.
We'll concede to that.
Yeah, we can see to that. Remember forever that Beethoven's Symphony Number 5 was at one point newly composed music by a living composer. And if no one around Beethoven was interested in giving that music a first performance and a stage, we don't know if we would ever know that it existed. So that's what Boulder Symphony is doing, and so on. So I would like to encourage everyone to please take a moment to find out what the repertoire requirements are from the orchestra and what the dates are, if they fit your schedule. Just take a few moments to get acquainted with the project.
And all the information there on our website at coldorchestra.com. And the deadline is set for December 15th, which is coming up. It's next week. I'll just preface too, you do not need to play a concerto for your preliminary audition. You can just send us a video of your greatest hit, your greatest classical hit, and that'll be more than enough for the pre-screening. And then we'll hear your concerto selection for the live auditions in January.
It's very exciting.
Yeah,
Very
with
exciting.
It is.
And during the live audition, you will meet the judges from our judges panel. You will also meet conductors who will be conducting those orchestras. So you will meet the very person with whom you will be working if you're selected to perform the concerto. You will also, in many instances, meet representatives of that orchestra. And I would like to also mention that even if you are not selected for this particular concert, this is an opportunity for you to meet them and to speak with those people and network. Who knows what other projects those particular orchestras and those conductors might have in the future. And
unlimited possibilities.
Of course, being acquainted, keeping up and keeping in touch might open doors which you don't know exist today, because those doors might be built in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
perfectly said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not working here because I just won a competition with Sound Espressivo. It's this kind of continuing a relationship, and I find that this to be very true to what you and James both do, and it's just this idea we are collaborating with others, making connections, and the career of a musician is a very long one. So what's really amazing is this idea that you can continue to foster these relationships. And when I first started with you in 2021, there was no core orchestra at all. We didn't even know what progressive musicians was. And now we have all these amazing things. So I'm very positive and very hopeful about making relationships and connections with people and being a professional out there. And with that, I think we have a wonderful video about co-orchestra to show, and let's have a look at that.
Cold Orchestra is back. Our new season of auditions for classical musicians is now available. Performance opportunities for students, young professionals, and seasoned artists. Perform a concerto with orchestras around the world. We have 4 orchestras this season. Perform with orchestras throughout the US, Czechia, and Egypt. New this season, opportunities for composers to have their orchestral works recorded by the Boulder Symphony Orchestra, mastered and distributed on the world's most known music streaming platforms. Audition live from the comfort of your own home. Get live evaluations from expert judges and expand your online presence through our international internet broadcasts. Additional award and performance opportunities are also available. Visit our website for full details. Don't miss out on these wonderful opportunities to advance as a musician and perform on a world-renowned stage. We look forward to hearing your performances.
Oh, that's so exciting, and I can't wait to just... We're always overwhelmed and surprised by the wealth of amazing musicality that comes through the auditions and these concerts that we've been having, and now we're going to be doing it worldwide, and that's just so
we're an international organization now.
It should probably mention most of our events are streamed live. We stream on all the platforms here, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Vimeo. We're everywhere, and most of these events are all on our platforms here. And as we're coming to the end of this broadcast here, I want to give a shout out to all of our partners that support us throughout all of these. I mean, you can see all their logos there. It's too many to say out loud, but I mean, it just goes to show that it's an overwhelming amount of support, and we could not do what we are doing without all of the help from these organizations and these individuals. So thank you, everybody. And it's just an overwhelming support. We also have an amazing team working behind the scenes for all of these broadcasts, including today. We have Jennifer and Ante back there, and they're throwing the switches here and keeping all the trains running on time smoothly.
Shout out.
And it's just a wonderful thank you, team, for everything that you do behind the scenes.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Ante. I want to say both are pianists too, and Ante is also a composer.
Everyone on this broadcast today is a pianist, including Ante and James Adler.
The whole team.
How did that work out? We promise that wasn't like...
It wasn't planned.
We didn't plan it that way. It just happened.
Too many
but
pianists.
Go piano. And so that's that's just Wow, amazing coincidence here. We'd also just like to give a quick shout out to James Adler and the Adler Oaks Library. You know, I mean, it's such overwhelming support and generosity here. Thank you for everything that you've provided for musicians.
Thank you so much, James, for being such a warm and welcoming musician and artist and person, and for supporting everyone around. People say musicians are so competitive; they are about cutting each other's throats. That's so not true. And I'm so grateful for the culture which you create of quite the opposite. I'm a musician, I'm established. I'm now at the point where I can give a helping hand to someone who deserves and wants to continue and progress.
Yeah, there's something to be said about paying it forward, and what Adler Oaks Library is doing is just that, and it's just very generous, and thank you. I think on that note, we're ready to sign off here. We're live every day, and we have new and unique programs that feature our past artists and teachers and new topics in the field of music and the arts. So please check out our YouTube channels, subscribe, smash that bell so that you get notified when we're live, and enjoy our programs. We'll be having many spotlight features of our most recent artists coming up in the next few weeks. So don't miss that. So you get to know them all.
And just thank you so much. You saw this program being presented by all three current hosts of our program.
Yeah.
So now you know how our different styles of presentations compare. And when we invite you to become a guest on our show, you can choose who you want to be interviewed by.
Yes. Well, on that note, I just want to wrap up this whole thing by saying that I recently performed in this Laureate Gala, and it was just impeccably organized by both James and Anna. It was an absolute pleasure to be there in New York City as a performer, and also to see what it takes, from the thoughtfulness of lunch for everybody to just really great communication about scheduling, time changes. And I know in the back end, because I also work with virtual concert halls, how many different things were happening at the same time, different issues with tech, different issues with people being sick perhaps and not being able to perform, and so many different issues. And I just want to say that as hosts, you're fantastic, but as organizers, it's just top class. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you for the shout out, Chris. Yeah, and it's true.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to have an experience of solving about 1,000 problems per minute, you're welcome to join the team.
Wonderful. Well, yeah,
Perfectly said, Anna.
We are hiring. This is what Anna is saying. And with that, we'll see you all next time. We have a show on every single day. It's a pleasure to have everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Thank
See
you,
all
everybody.
next time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.